Hello Flosstube, this is AM Dreaming Stitcher, and this video is one of a series of videos I am creating to kind of parade and show all of my kits and charts and booklets and so forth that I have accumulated in my years of cross-stitching. There are far more than I could ever have time to make, if only we had enough lifetimes to do that. But the one thing I felt I could do with them was share them with others who like to see these things. I know I haven't had a lot of viewers so far, but it's okay because the videos will be there. Once they're up, and someone will chance across them someday perhaps, like whoever is watching this now. And I hope that I show something here that makes you happy that you stopped by. I will try to tell enough about each one for you to look them up on your own to get better images, because I know I haven't got the great camera or lighting that it really takes for enticing videos. But I hope you enjoy anyway. I'm going through right now the end of a box of kind of miscellaneous kits, and then I'm going to move on to definitely miscellaneous things that have not been sorted into any kind of nice container. I just keep them in a cardboard box because I got carried away. So the first thing we have here is called Italian Lemons. It is from Artiste, which was the Hobby Lobby store brand, and they don't seem to offer much anymore. But the original design is from Cooler Design Studio, and they do have a website in other places, like for example 123 Stitch, probably Everything Cross Stitch, and other whole retailers where you can get their designs. So I'm sure that you could probably get the chart itself from them. I really liked this design with the lemons. I like botanicals and fruits and things, and so it quite appealed to me. What I don't like is the way that Artiste makes errors in their charts and their color sorting, and their floss is really usually lousy, and yeah, they're not always fun to stitch. But once you have the pattern, you can always do it with your own materials, and that's what really counts. This was copyright 2015, and it seems to be on kind of an ivory Aida. Another one, so I'll dispense with all the remarks about what I think of Artiste, but it's called Back at the Ranch, and this is the kind of scene that I definitely have seen in the American West, in my part of the world, and so it kind of appealed to me. My sister is very much an equestrian. I have had to go to horse shows with her, and I have seen rodeos from time to time, not often, but have known people with ranches. We knew a general who retired from the army and started a ranch. Not a big ranch, obviously, but anyway, this makes me think of those kind of folks that I know and that whole lifestyle, and so I like this pattern. And what else is there to say about it? I've already said more than you ever wanted to hear. Back at the Ranch by Artiste, and there's the way it's packaged up. And it was copyright 2015. And it looks like it was probably a 14 count. I don't see them telling us, but that's what it appears to be. This one is more cutesy than my usual style, but somehow it still got me. Maybe it was that little rabbit on the roof of the ark. I don't know. Maybe it was just the fact that it was marked down. I'm not sure what called to me, but it is another Artiste kit called Noah's Ark Sampler. And our tastes do come and go and change over time, so this one might fall farther down on my stitching list than it was when I purchased it, but perhaps you would like it. It is copyright 2011, and now maybe you know enough about it that you can go find out more information online and get yourself one, or just see it, if that's all. We don't need to buy these things just because we've seen them. Maybe we just want a better look, and that's quite all right too. That's really what these are about. They're not meant to encourage the kind of overspending and acquisition that I have indulged in myself. All right, this is the Busilla Heirloom Collection. It is on a 28 count ivory Esther Kopp sampler, 1765. I was trying to find the name, and it's in kind of small print down here. The Esther Kopp sampler. And it is nice, and they give you the kind of effect of flosses that have aged over time or have variegated without actually using variegated flosses, just in the way they designed it, and I think it's nice. It's copyright 2014, Plaid Busilla. This one is a Dimensions Gold collection called Garden Fan. The design is by T.C. Chiu. And we are done now on an 18 count ivory Aida. Now a couple of rather old ones that I got on the secondhand market, and I have stitched up a couple in this series. This is, they're from Bernat. This is the tan carousel horse. It's on a 14 count Aida. The copyright is 1987. I really enjoyed stitching the other two. I liked the fabric, I liked the floss. I thought they were great fun to do. So there's the tan carousel horse, and I want to get these stitched up so that I can frame the two I already have and these two with them, kind of as a series. Where I would put them, I don't know, but they seem to belong together. This is another one, again, from Bernat. I may be pronouncing that wrong, but it's an old-time stitching company. It's a prancing carousel horse. They are done with DMC floss. This is a copyright 1988. The other one, the ones I stitched were the gray carousel horse and the carousel lion. And they are done with good materials. This needle is going to be a bit of an issue because it's been in the kit since it was new, and you can see it's leaving rust on the fabric. It is near the edge. Hopefully it's not going to show up in the design, but I may have to do something about that when I stitch it. This is from Busilla. It is another design from the Cooler Design Studio, so you could get this from their website probably. I have seen it as a chart, I'm pretty sure, but I have it as a kit. It's called Nature's Alphabet. It's on 14 count Aida. I know I showed it in one of my earliest videos because it's one that really called to me, and I had it pulled out among others that I really wanted to stitch, but I've tried to organize things a little better and not left them pulled out that way quite so often anymore. I know it's here, and I know I want to do it. So we'll get to that, I hope. This is another that's kind of in the same situation. It's from Design Works. It's just called Serenity. The design is by Joan Elliott. I know I showed it early on because it's something that I really, really want to stitch. I think I said in one of those early videos that if you saw me stitching something new, it would probably be one of those designs. And life just hasn't worked out that way. You may know or be in the same situation where your mind just jumps from one kit or project to another, and I don't start them all. I collect them all, but I don't start them all. So that's why it hasn't happened. But I really, really like that one. And here's what it looks like in the packaging. This one is a family tree, vintage family tree. And it's from Dimensions. It's not a gold collection, it's just a regular Dimensions. It's on a 14 count natural Aida, and my intention was to put kind of my immediate family members on there. You can alter the design a little bit with, personalize the names. And there it is in the packaging. It's kind of a beige Aida, I guess I would call it. I don't know if they say on the front, if they give it any idea. It's on a 14 count. Oh, they said natural, and I read natural to you. But just looking at it in the light, I'm not sure how I would describe that color. This is from Busilla. I got it in the stores. It's called State by State. There are a lot of designers who have done patterns that are kind of the United States like this, or other parts of the world, where they show it with images related to the regions that they're superimposed over on the map. And this particular one it's not like it was better than any of the others, but I liked it. It just had an appeal for me, so I went ahead and got it. And it's on a 14 count white Aida, copyright 2015, Plaid Enterprises. And there you can see the packaging. State by State. And I thought the designer's name was somewhere on here, but it's not jumping out at me. So, don't know who designed that. I may have an avalanche over here next to me. I hope not. Okay, this one I've had out of the package. This will not do. I need to make a little change here so you can see what we're doing. I really, really want to stitch this one. So it's fossil shell. So-and-so came out with this design. I like fossils. There was something that seemed soothing about the idea of just stitching these blocks of color, and I still feel that would be the case. It's on a 14 count Aida. I feel a lot less stress in my life now that I'm retired. I feel a lot less. They called this series Cross Stitch to Calm, and when I got it, I felt like I really needed some cross stitch to calm, and that was why it got opened. But I'm in a better place now, I think, and so I don't necessarily need to do it for those reasons. I would just be doing it because I really like shells and fossils and want to do that one. I don't think it would be available now because so-and-so is gone, but maybe the actual patterns are out there from someone else. I don't know. I don't know how that works when a store goes under like that and they had their own designs. This is Landmark Tapestries and Charts as the series. It's part of the Long Floral collection, and this one is called the Long Thistle, and all of them I like, liking botanicals as I do, but this again is more of an ethnic heritage kind of thing that called to me. I can see I'm really losing my light here, but I hope that gives you enough of an idea of what it looks like if you're interested in seeing more about it. Obviously this company just put things together with regular DMC floss and did what they did. There are a couple more ethnic ones in here. I guess I could have said this box has some ethnic designs. Oh, I have looked up how to say this before, and I don't remember. Something like Koidmila Falcha. I'm sorry, I'm sure I butchered that. I need to look it up again sometime. But it means 100,000 welcomes. And it is a design by Joan Elliott. It's on 14 count Aida cloth. You can see it's done with nice kind of Celtic knots and things. It's from Design Works. And I have said before that I worry sometimes when I look at the floss in these kits, because I compare something like this small kit with this huge gob of floss to this much larger design, and I don't see nearly as much floss in it. There's a lot of the green, but otherwise it's like, can you honestly stitch that whole design with what they give you? I worry, and I'll find out when I make them, and if there isn't enough, perhaps I'll be fortunate enough to be able to match their colors to DMC. I really don't know. This one I will not even attempt to pronounce, but again it has the word for welcome in it. It's Welcome Friends. Another Joan Elliott design, another very Celtic inspired. It's got thistles, 14 count Aida, another that is from Design Works. And there's the packaging on it, again with such a minimal amount of floss appearing that I worry. This is one that I got on the secondhand market after buying the chart. I have done that at least half a dozen times, well, maybe close to half a dozen times, and I don't know why I keep doing that. If I already have the chart, I should be able to kit it up myself, but somehow when the opportunity to get the whole thing together arises. Anyway, the design is available from Cooler Design Works, so you don't have to get the kit. The kit was Janlin, copyright 2005. This is called Playful Monkeys. It is kind of a bell pull design. It's on a 14 count Aida, black, and I do have the kit now. It wasn't terribly expensive. It's just that when you've already put out money for the chart and you consider putting the two prices together, it's not very cost effective to do that sort of silly thing. Almost through this box, and then I'll have to grab some other miscellaneous stuff. This is Carolyn Barani's The Tapestry Needlework Kit. What she calls this one, I don't know, because the next one is also from her and also just says The Tapestry. So I have these two designs from this designer that are kind of stained glass floral windows. It's manufactured by Barani Design Studio out of Salt Lake City. That's what they look like in the packaging. Peony and Pink. Good, we've got a name for one of them. Peony and Pink, and it has a design number there. And the other, Sunflower in Citron. So that's what those are, and I would love to make them because I think they are actually kind of stunning. And last one in my plastic bin. This is the last of my large plastic bins. From this point forward, I'm going to be either showing small kits or things that are in my cardboard boxes, and I think cardboard boxes next. This is a Teresa Wensler kit called Birdhouses. I think I probably had the design in an old copy of Just Cross Stitch magazine back from when I actually subscribed in my early days of stitching. But I had the opportunity to get the kit with all the materials, including a nice even weave fabric, a nice blue even weave. It's on a 28 count, and so I just couldn't resist. I do like birds, I do like this kind of design, and so here's my opportunity to do the whole thing. Alright, you won't notice much of a change here, but I'm going to pause you while I put some things away and hope that my computer behaves and my camera doesn't shut itself off, so that I can go grab some more things to show you and get this video out to the roughly half hour that I like them to be. So these miscellaneous ones come in all sizes. Most of them are larger kits like I've been showing you, but there are some smaller ones too that got stuffed into these boxes because they wouldn't fit in my small containers. I decided I'll just pick a box and start at the back and work my way through. This is a recent acquisition that I think I mentioned in another video of charts, because I do have the chart for this. As I've said before, I have this weird habit of getting a chart of something I really like, and then when the opportunity to get the kit crops up, I double my money down and end up with two things that will never get stitched. This is from Just Cross Stitch Kits. It's the Summer Carousel Horse by Teresa Wensler. The kit does come on a 27 count even weave with floss and blending filament. And before purchasing it, I did try to figure out what the actual cost of materials would be, and decided that it was comparable, or actually better price, to purchase this than to try to kit it up myself, even when the flosses are at a pretty reasonable price. So that is Summer Carousel Horse by Teresa Wensler. This is a design I got from either Love Crafts or Arts and Designs. I think it might have been Love Crafts. It is an Eva Rosenstand kit by Clara Weaver. There was a series of these. All I see here is a number 14254, but I think they named them after the seasons. So this is fall, perhaps, autumn. It's on an even weave. Winter Tree, they call it. Winter Tree cross-stitch kit. Good, they gave us a name to help you find it. It's got a lot of browns if you don't like browns. But I really found it extremely appealing. And so I got that one. Most of the ones coming out of this box I did get within the last year or so. My affliction seems to be doing better. I haven't bought any cross-stitch for a little while now. I went for about 49 days between early December and late January with nothing, and then I had a bit of a falling off the wagon in February and acquired a number of things, a couple of charts that I got all the floss for, and yeah, we won't go there. But I've been good so far in March. I don't think there have been any cross-stitch purchases, and that's when I'm filming. So this is Anchor. It's called Birds and Seasons. So all of these are sort of my guilty purchases from the past year. They're all beautiful. I don't regret them. I just regret that I really can't stitch all these things, and I shouldn't be putting my income into them because I don't make enough money to keep doing that. I need to make what I've got. There's no doubt about it. This is from Bothy Threads, Sunflower Garden. I've lost my lighter. You'd see how incredibly bright and vibrant the colors are in this. It is on a 14 count winter blue Twigart Aida. And they say it's based on original artwork by Faye Miladowska. No idea. I'm sorry. My pronunciations will always be awful because I don't know how to say these things. And they're the nice bright colors that it comes with. I got a number of Bothy Threads kits in my spending spree last year. I'm seeing a receipt. When did... No date, though. I was going to try to tell you when these horrible afflictions overtook me. But this is another one that I really, really like. It speaks to all kinds of things. It's called Woodland Sampler. And no, these are not the animals from my part of the world, but I still like them very much. It is from Anchor. It cost a pretty penny, which was stupid of me, but I like it. As I said, I only regret the money and the space that's lost for these things. I just can't keep purchasing when there's no place to put stuff. When I have to put them in a cardboard box, that just means I am well beyond the point at which I should be purchasing anything. This is Bothy Threads Piggy in the Middle from Rendale Designs by Hannah Dale. You may have seen it out there on Flosstube. It's really quite cute. It's on a 14 count Aida that has these little speckles printed on it. And I used to look at it in the catalogs and admire it. And I discovered one thing that helped me was when I first bought some items from Lovecrafts, I somehow ended up on their email list, and I finally blocked that or told them to remove me because they kept telling me about their sales, and I kept going back, and now I don't go there. I don't go, I don't look, I don't have anything to do with them. Nothing wrong with Lovecrafts, nothing wrong with them, sending emails, but I can't. It's like putting an alcoholic around alcohol. I just can't. So getting rid of those emails helped a lot. This is from Bothy Threads, Bellflower. I've seen it as a needlepoint. This is a cross-stitch version. It's on a 14 count Aida. It's from a design by William Morris. I did a report on him once for my one of my college courses. And they're beautiful colors. I always liked the needlepoint one, and I didn't know that one could do it as cross-stitch. So I was very happy to get that. This is a dimensions kit called Tulip Drama. It's one of those things where whenever I would see other people working on them or in a parade, I would say, I do have that one, don't I? I guess at that time I didn't because I got it in the past year. I got this from Amazon, I believe. It was available at what seemed a very good price at the time. You know how sometimes Amazon, for no reason one can discern, suddenly drops the price on something significantly. So Tulip Drama came at a very good price. And it is 14 count black Aida. And there's what it looks like in the packaging. Another one I'd had my eye on for a long time and finally got because it just kept calling to me. It probably came from Amazon also. It is Holiday Hooties Stocking on a 14 count light blue Aida. I've seen people stitching this up. I think I've seen the same design either as a chart or from some other company because it's been done on white instead of blue. And I know people can swap fabric, but I got the impression from the ones I saw that that's what they had. That's what it came with. So I don't know. But this is from Dimensions. And here's what it looks like in the packaging. And it's another one of those where I wonder how you can get it done with the amount of floss that I'm seeing there, because it just doesn't look like enough. This is a very, very recent purchase. This was one of my falling off the wagon pieces. I have a sibling who likes chickens. And I saw this when I was getting something else, something I think more essential at eBay. I don't recall. But I let myself drift off. I've got to stay off those websites. This is from Permanent of Copenhagen. And it's design number 706415. It's on an even weave or a linen. That's really all I can show you about that one. but I like them. It isn't just that my sibling likes them, I like them too, and I would probably gift them to my sibling, but that's a whole other issue. This is another Eva Rosenstand by Clara Weaver. 14358 is the number. I think they called it Easter Flowers or Easter Basket or something. We'll see if there's a name maybe on the back. It's something else that I think either Arts and Designs or Love Crafts in 2023 when I just spent far too much money at those two places. And it's on an even weave. And it's got beautiful, beautiful colors. And it would be gorgeous stitched up, I have absolutely no doubt. This is another Bothy Threads. This one I definitely kept drooling over in the catalogs. When I say catalogs, I mean things like the Stitchery and Hirschner's, and I just could not afford it. And then I got an opportunity to get it somewhere at what seemed a better price. I do buy from the catalogs from time to time, not lately now that I'm trying to be good. So I'm not saying don't purchase there. I'm just saying even I have a price point, which is hard for me to believe because I spend outrageous sums on some of these. But for this design, I finally found someone selling it. I think it could even have been 123 Stitch, but it's called Grow Your Own. It's Rendale Designs by Hannah Dale. It's a 14 count Swigert. And there's your colors. I don't know what I would ever do with all the bell pulls I have to stitch, but I like them. This is from Eva Rosenstand, Clara Weaver again. It's kit number 93290, and it's Apple Blossoms. I don't know if they have a name for it, but that's what it was sold as online. And it was marked down significantly. I don't know what the actual price for people living in the right part of the world would be, but according to this website, their usual price was something like $90 or $100, and this was 80 or 90% off. I don't remember. It was well marked down from their normal price, and I thought it was beautiful. I don't just buy things because they're marked down, but when they are beautiful like that, and they get to my price point, I'm a sucker. So I can't go to those websites. I just need to stay away. This is Permin. It's on an even weave. It looks like a 26 count perhaps even weave. It's a Kingfisher, although I don't know if they give his name. It's kit 704129. I showed that I have a chart in one of my chart parades of the wren that I would love to do. But here I had an opportunity to get the Kingfisher at a fraction of the price I've ever seen the wren. So that's why I got him, because I like birds. This is a Marashka kit. It's article K-89. They call it early autumn. Too much glare and stuff for you there. But it's a kitty in an interesting window. I'm sure there's an architectural name for that kind of glass in the window. And he's got those beautiful botanical things around him. And I love kitties. And it just kind of all came together. That and the fact that, yes, it was marked down. Yeah, that's not a good enough reason to buy things, but that's what happened to me with a lot of last year's. That's why I had to stop looking at those emails, was because they kept telling me about sales. And almost everything I got, most of what I got was on sale. This one probably wasn't, but he went so beautifully with the other cat. It's another Marashka kit. They call this one Summer Afternoon. It's on Aida or even weave, it says. We will find out when we flip it over. This one is on 16 count Aida, because the packaging tells me so. It's kind of a blue color. You may not be able to tell, but I see that it's a pale blue. So another nice kitty in the window, beautiful. Can't I stitch them all? Please, please, please. This one made me a little sad. I tried to get, they were on clearance, and I tried to get both. I tried to get both of those. This is the smaller one. And by the time I clicked, I had it in my cart. It was ready to go. Hesitated, which is good. I probably shouldn't have been shopping. But when I bent back the same day to click, no longer available. Somebody else had bought it before I could get to it. But I do have the little one, and it would be pretty too. It is 953862. It's from Eva Rosenstand. Clara Weaver. And there it is in the packaging. How are we doing on time? It looks like we have hit our half hour. So I'm going to mark for myself somehow where I stopped in this box. There's at least half the box still to go and another box of the same size and all my little ones. So this parade is by no means over, but it's over for today because I'm losing all of my daylight. Thank you very much for stopping by. I appreciate it if anyone does watch these and they don't just sit there gathering dust on YouTube, but really I'm happy to share them with anyone that comes by because I can't stitch them myself, but maybe you'll see something beautiful that makes your day just to see how lovely cross stitch can be. And lovely is not always what everyone looks for in cross stitch. There's plenty of other styles. Obviously my style is not to everyone's taste, but for those who do like these, I hope you enjoyed seeing them. Thanks and have a really great stitchy day.